By the way, I don't want to offend anyone here, but for the Saudis, he's a Muslim. You know, I have to tell you, you go to the Middle East, not only Israel, you go to any country, and you ask the people in the street, Jew, Christian, or Muslim, what is the religion of President Mubarak Hussein Obama? They say he's a Muslim. Okay, so my wife, again, I'm talking about things my wife picks up at her work in Jerusalem. They say to Obama, your job is to destroy the Shiite threat, otherwise we will have our heads cut off. The Saudis are saying to Obama, we will have our heads cut off if you, the Americans, don't save us. And secondly, they say to Obama, your job is to destroy Israel. Do you understand why I'm here tonight? This is a very, very critical moment in the life of Israel and a very critical moment in the life of the United States. You know, there's a pastor, rest in peace, he died in a traffic accident just 2 months ago in Texas, David Wilkerson. How many people heard of David Wilkerson? And he had a prophecy that he gave. I heard this prophecy 15 years ago, that the cities of America would go up in flames because of internal civil war. And I want to tell you something. If the American economy collapses, if the price of oil goes up, or if there is unrest in the world, and the world economy collapses, billions of people will die of starvation, sicknesses, and chaos. Now, billions of people dying, is that God's plan? Or is that Satan's plan? See, Satan's plan is to destroy human life to prove that he's greater than God. You know, when the Muslims pray from their minarets, and they call out, Allahu Akbar, you know, the Allahu Akbar, your media tells you it means God is great. But that's not what it means. Allahu Akbar means Allah is greater. Allah is greater than the other God, the God of the Jews and the Christians. I drew a 3-year jail sentence. You're talking to a convicted felon. I have a 3-year jail sentence in Switzerland. It was commuted, to an $800 fine. I went to Switzerland in 2009 again, and I spoke against the Muslim plan to build minarets. How many people know what minarets are? Minarets are those tall spires with loudspeakers. 4:30 in the morning, Allahu Akbar. You think you're going to sleep after that? You're not going to sleep after that. How many people heard of the town of Sheboygan in Michigan? Okay. Sheboygan, wonderful Americans, And the Muslims came and said, well, it's part of our religion to have minarets. So the Americans, are kind of ignorant, don't know about Islam. So, it's part of your religion? You want minarets? You have minarets. Within a few months, the Jews and the Christians moved out. Because you hear the Allahu Akbar at 4:30 in the morning for miles. And that place became a Muslim ghetto. Now, when I went to Switzerland, I shared this. And as you can tell from my message, if Allah wants to hate every Jew, Christian, Hindu, Buddhist, and Muslim, and kill every Jew, Christian, Hindu, Buddhist, and Muslim, I don't think Allah is God. I think Allah is the opposite of God, which means Allah is Satan. I said this in Switzerland, and I drew a 3-year sentence because I was attacking a religion. Now, Hillary Clinton and President Obama want to pass the Swiss law here in the United States of America, which means very soon, if you are a pastor or a rabbi or a priest or just a speaker, and you speak against Islam, you will draw a 3-year jail sentence. It'll be the end of freedom of speech in the United States of America. How many people heard of Geert Wilders in Holland? Okay, now he was indicted and he was convicted, and then it was overthrown in appeals court. Now, my Swiss party that I was working with, they didn't want to go to the trouble, so I'm convicted. If I had fought it, I know I would have won. I want to tell you a joke. It's not a funny joke, but it explains what we are dealing with. And it's part of my conviction, because I told this joke every night in Switzerland. What's the difference between neurotic people and psychotic people? Neurotic people dream about castles in the air. Psychotic people live in castles in the air. And psychiatrists collect the rent. Now, Adolf Hitler was psychotic for many reasons. Reason number 1, he thought he could conquer the earth. Reason number 2, he thought he could kill all the Jews. Why are these psychoses? Firstly, can anyone conquer the earth? The answer is no. The Persians, the Greeks, the Romans, the Mongols tried to conquer the earth. Napoleon, Hitler, Stalin wanted to conquer the earth. Nobody can conquer the earth. Anyone who thinks he can conquer the earth is psychotic, living in castles in the air. Psychosis number 2, Hitler thought he could kill all the Jews. Can you kill all the Jews? Okay, now there are two types of human beings. There are believers and there are non-believers. Believers believe in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and in the Bible. And in Jeremiah 31:35 it says, paraphrasing, there will be no more Jews on the earth when the moon, the sun, and the stars stop shining. You know what that means? You better pray for the Jews. Because when the Jews go, it means the moon, the sun, and the stars stop shining, which means the end of the earth. That's God's word. But the Hindus, the Buddhists, and the Muslims, who are good people, but they don't believe in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob or the Bible, but they all know that the Jews have been scattered to the four corners of the earth. If you can't conquer the four corners of the earth, you can't reach all the Jews to kill them. So you understand why the idea of killing all the Jews is an impossibility. What does Islam believe? It's going to conquer the earth. Psychosis number 1. It's going to kill all the Jews. Psychosis number 2. Remember the hadith. The Jews will hide behind rocks and trees, and Allah will give mouths to the rocks and trees, and they will call out, there was a Jew hiding behind me, come and kill him. It makes Islam just as psychotic as Nazism. Psychosis number 3. Islam has plans to terminate the Christians, because the Christians are Jews. In the eyes of Islam, the Christians are Jews. So even Hitler had no plan to kill 2 billion Christians. Psychosis number 4, the death of 1 billion Hindus. Psychosis number 5, the death of 2 billion Buddhists, including the communist Chinese. I mean, you don't want to mess with the communist Chinese. They know what to do. They don't have the ACLU. Psychosis number 6 is that 1/6 of the human race, the Muslims, can kill 5/6 of the human race, the non-Muslims, and get away with it. Psychosis number 7, after they kill everyone else, what do they do to each other? They kill each other. In the name of Allah. The Sunnis kill the Sunnis, the Shiites kill the Shiites, and the Sunnis and the Shiites kill each other. And psychosis number, I'm not finished, wait, here comes the good part. Psychosis number 8, when you die for Allah, you get 72 virgins. Now you tell me that's not a psychosis. I mean, I can't manage with one wife. How do they marry 4? 72 is a psychosis. Okay, now, by the way, you know the one about the Osama bin Laden dies for Allah? And he goes to heaven in his white cloak, he's waiting for his virgins, and all of a sudden George Washington comes over and beats him up. And then Patrick Henry comes over and beats him up. And then President Adams comes over and beats him up. And then a whole line forms of 70 tall 6-footers to beat up Osama bin Laden. So Osama goes to Allah's office and says, you promised me 72 virgins. He says, no, silly, I said 72 Virginians. And so I got a 3-year jail sentence for saying Allah is Satan, and Islam is not a religion, Islam is a criminal psychosis. So I drew a 3-year jail sentence. And I have news for you. That law is coming to America very soon. Okay, let's go back to the Arab Spring. How many people want 70 million Egyptians to move to America, Muslims? You're not going to rise to the humanitarian challenge? Okay, so let me tell you, and if you protest, you go to jail for 3 years. Okay, now, how many people heard of Agenda 21? Okay, we're going to get to Agenda 21 in a moment. Because there's a method to the madness. I'm a Jew who speaks to Baptists. I'm a Jew who speaks to Assemblies of God. I'm a Jew who speaks to non-denominational. I speak to any Christian group that invites me. September the 6th, I'm going to be speaking in Springfield, Missouri, to an Assembly of God prophecy club. And I'm there every 6 months. Is David Allen Lewis. Has anyone heard of David Allen Lewis? And rest in peace. He died a few years ago. Ramona, his widow, got ordained. She continues the ministry. I was there a year ago. And they told me the month before I spoke, and by the way, this CD is available. I can give you the telephone number where you can order it. A pastor, Don Jones, who is a missionary and has orphanages in Mexico and Haiti, was in Haiti after the earthquake. And he met with a senior UN official who told him that senior UN official had met with President Obama, and Obama told him that America would be a Muslim country by 2016. Now, my wife picks up broadcasts in Arabic every day. The Sheikh Obama's job is to destroy Christian America and make it Muslim. I'm not telling you this stuff because I'm making it up.